Hey everyone, I'm going to make this video, and I think I'm going to kind of change my channel up a little bit. Up until now I've been, talking about benzo withdrawal and anxiety, and I'm going to still stay on those topics, but I got to kind of, jump around a little bit because of, personal things going on in my life. My room's a mess. It's going to probably be a mess for a while. I don't feel like cleaning it. Those of you who have been through a lot, whether with anxiety or medications that messed you up, and then life kind of keeps, you know, messing everything up, basically. I don't know what to say about that, but basically, like depression. And depression is kind of where I am now, not all day, just a lot of the day. It's like I don't want to shave, I don't want to do anything. I want to sleep, but then I can't, completely sleep when I want to. I wake up and, I wake up with that 2 seconds of, you feel perfectly fine, and then you remember, oh yeah, you know, my life's kind of shit right now. And I don't know, it sucks. I tend to always, like, even looking at myself on camera, I tend to look normal, I tend to look happy, I smile, and I think I'm just a really good, just really good at acting. Um, I also, I run this blog, and I write a lot between these videos, and I think that some people still haven't caught on that I do that, or that if you want to keep up, if you want to know more about me, or about ideas I have, or, things I come up with, you can just check my blog, because there's a large space usually between videos. And then there was a time I thought, well, maybe I'll do a video blog every day and just document how I go between different thoughts, different states, and see how that goes. But I know I won't do it, or at least if I did, I don't think I want to be that honest yet. I mean, most people would say, well, you're pretty honest with, what you're saying about yourself, but it's like I hold so much back, I don't want to expose everything. I've come a long way. I used to, very much worry what other people thought about me, but not so much anymore. But then there's always that part that I still care. And do we ever lose, that part? I care about, how do I look on camera? What will people think if I say, blank? Or the people who do follow me, what if I say something that all of a sudden they don't agree with? I don't want to deal with those emails. I don't know. It's like, can someone accept you really for who you are? 100%. And disagree, but just ignore what they dislike and then continue on with what, they like. I'm kind of babbling at this point, and usually my videos I feel flow more, but basically, sorry I have to cough. I may be getting a cold for the first time in years, but I'm not sure yet. My mother's cancer, if you followed any of my videos, has returned. It's back in the liver again. It originally started as colon cancer. She had the surgery, then she had chemo, and there was a little bit in her liver, and then the chemo took care of it. And then it's been a little bit, and she's still really, really sick from what the chemo did. And then well, it's come back. And so she has to have surgery, and she used to weigh, probably 125 pounds at 5'1" or 5'2", and now she's down to 89 pounds, and so that's coming up. And so I've been dealing with the whole cancer thing with her shortly after I got, sick from coming off the benzos. And I've had another couple people, very wonderful people, that have been in my life, online only, but I do consider them friends, very good friends, and they both, have cancer, and they're dealing with it, and so it's kind of like I'm surrounded right now by cancer. And that's hard because there's nothing I can do except for to support them and really hope that they get through, because outside of my mother, these other two people are very wonderful people and were there for me before they were sick. They sometimes think they weren't, or maybe they didn't realize how much their email had meant to me, and it meant a lot. So I really, really hope that they, get through. my own issue right now is I have dealt with many medical problems before benzo withdrawal. I know I kind of bombarded onto the scene with what that drug did to me or my anxiety or whatever, and I just left out so much of my past, and it's escalated, and there's some things going on now which I do not believe are benzo related, because I've had them before that ever happened. And I've dealt for a very long time with colon problems, intense cramping, and so it's always been brushed off. IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, where I had a test a long time ago, which if you read my blog, and this doctor kind of half-assed when I was 18 years old. Like said, "Oh, I think you have a little bit of ulcerative colitis," or he said just a little bit of colitis is how he actually put it. And I just trying to think how to speed things up or where to go with this. It's just basically I have very intense pain, not constantly, but when I eat food, I basically from right here down onto the way out, not to be unpleasant or give too much information, it's turmoil inside my body, and on some level I'm never comfortable, ever. And we're not talking anxiety, we're not talking about how, because someone emailed me and said, "Oh, your anxiety is causing this." Well, anxiety doesn't cause blood, okay? So it's not that. It's something else. And I'm not thinking, oh, well, because people would say, "Oh, don't worry, you probably don't have cancer, you're young." It's not that I think I have cancer. It's I think that I might have actually ulcerative colitis, and I don't want to deal with that. And for those of you who don't know what ulcerative colitis is, it's inflammatory bowel disease, and it can cause cancer, and it can cause bleeding, and many other things, in your body to occur. And there's, different natural diets for it, which I would definitely look into if I am indeed diagnosed. I don't like medical tests. I don't like doctors right now, which you all know the reasons why after what I've gone through. And I'm going to have to get a colon scope because, well, I'm bleeding, basically. I haven't even called a doctor yet. I'm waiting until my mind calms a little bit, and I don't want to call, but I'm going to call. I don't want to. I don't want to do this. I don't want to have to face anything else. I'm tired. I already have, this is my right-hand side. I'm not sure how it's going to show up on the camera, but this is my right-hand side. I have an 8-inch scar across my back. I have a scar right here from a chest tube. This is all done because I had part of my lung removed in 2000 when I was 24 years old. I have all sorts of issues with my heart rate. I have something I never talked about before publicly on camera is on my left side, right here in my chest area, I have lumps and glands, or maybe just glands, I'm hoping, that are swollen all the way from here up to my right shoulder. I have, I still can't just stand up, or without, if I'm laying down, I have to sit up and wait for a while before I can stand, or I break out into a cold sweat, turn white. I have burning that goes on all through here, sometimes subsiding, sometimes not. I'm out of breath. If I go up a staircase, I can't breathe. I sit down on the couch, and the second I sit down, my heart slams so hard and I can't breathe. And I have these cramps on my left side, which is, this side, my left side down here. And the cramps are so intense when they hit that, like other people probably with IBS and stuff like that, I will turn white, I will break into a sweat, I will get close to fainting, and even though I have a fear of fainting, because I have fainted before from different things, I don't like it, there's that moment in pain where you wish that you would, because you just want to get out of your body and you can't. And so there's all this going on, and so like I said, I'm going to do a colon scope. I am going to see a doctor about it, a new doctor, because I've gone through so many at this point. I did myself a giant disservice because I have, anxiety problems. Plus, I like to know because everything that's happened, either way, the point is I did a disservice, and I looked up the statistics of perforation of the colon through colonoscopy, side effects of all the different drugs used, and I can't use some of the drugs that they're using because I will not allow a benzodiazepine to go back into my system after what happened. That's just, no, not going to happen. Sorry. And I don't know. It's a mess. I scared myself. I didn't sleep hardly. I didn't eat for 3 days, and just the other day I started eating again, and things are just messy. Basically, I don't have a whole lot to say. I mean, I didn't even really want to make this video. I just thought, well, I should document it for myself. You know how I feel. I mean, I'm going to do all the things that I have to do. I'm going to see a doctor about the lumps. I'm going to see the proctologist/gastro person. I'm just going to do it. I don't have a choice but to do it because I feel as if I'm now sitting in my apartment just getting worse, and even though no one's listened before, I need to be more aggressive. Like, I just need to take all my fear and set it aside, and if they say, well, I think nothing's wrong, or I think you're neurotic, or just tell them, I don't care what you think, just, I want this test, and then hope to God that nothing happens, because, I don't know. I think the ultimate fears of everything that I have comes down to, I do not want to die right now before I've had the opportunity to really live. I don't want to leave this earth without people truly appreciating who I am as a person. I don't want... And people say, I've said that, and people say, well, you've helped me so much, you've helped, and I just don't feel like I have done what I'm supposed to do here yet, and I don't even know what that is. I'm just kind of going day to day with it. I just want to feel at peace. I want to feel health, and I haven't felt health since, I don't know, so long. I just don't remember quite what it feels like, but I know that somewhere around 1997 I was okay, and that's like a long time ago. But it wasn't so bad. It wasn't like every day like now. Like, I mean, I tell you guys I'm sick now, and I'm not saying I was sick since 97. It's just been a long, slow downhill decline. And, I don't know. But I will say this morning I got up and there's a calm about it. Like, I'm worried, I'm scared, and I feel weird and just not quite right. But I just feel like no matter what, I mean, even if this all kills me, if I do everything and I end up dead, it's going to happen anyway. I mean, look at me. I have all these things going on. It sucks because when anyone gets sick, they hope for this support structure that they would have, or they think, well, my husband, my wife, my family will be there, and it doesn't necessarily show up in the ways that you need it or want it. And one of my major fears, besides, just dying from all this, or something really I don't want to snap and end up in some psych ward, but I think my fear is that sometimes I've always instinctually known since I was little, and maybe some people can relate to this, is that the universe or God or whatever, in order to make me strong, has to absolutely tear me down to the core. And only after I'm destroyed, then I'll be rebuilt and stronger and better. And that's great, but I don't want to be torn apart. It's scary. I don't want any of these things. And I just want to be like everyone else and just be oblivious and out there and go to work, and I don't know. But my time's going to run out, so that's all I'm going to say for today, and we will see how this video goes. If it uploaded, then everything went fine, and if it didn't, then I changed my mind. But email me, talk to me, and I'll put my blog below, so please, start reading it. If you really want to go on a journey with me or for yourself, please. And then life kind of keeps, messing everything up, basically. I don't know what to say about that, but basically, like depression. And depression is kind of where I am now, not all day, just a lot of the day. It's like I don't want to shave, I don't want to do anything, I want to sleep, but then I can't. completely sleep when I want to. I wake up and, I wake up with that 2 seconds of, you feel perfectly fine, and then you remember, oh yeah, you know, my life's kind of shit right now. And I don't know, it sucks. I tend to always, like, even looking at myself on camera, I tend to look normal. I tend to look happy. I smile, and I think I'm just a really good, really good at acting. Hey everyone, I'm gonna make this video, and I think I'm gonna kind of change my channel up a little bit. Up until now, I've been, talking about benzo withdrawal and anxiety, and I'm gonna still stay on those topics, but I gotta kind of, jump around a little bit because of, personal things going on in my life. My room's a mess. It's gonna probably be a mess for a while. I don't feel like cleaning it. Those of you who have been through a lot, whether with anxiety or medications that messed you up,